I come in peace and paradise. My name is Ra Imhotep, broadcasting on behalf of 13signsastrology.com. That's the number 13, signs plural, astrology.com. I'm doing this video based on my views on the recent Pagos conference, which was headed up by Princess Kaoru Nakamaru, the Princess of Japan. I was asked to do this video by one of my fellow supporters, and in this conference the princess spoke of some things, some earth changes that were going to take place, or that are going to take place this year in 2012. And she actually spoke specifically of the date of December the 22nd through the 25th. She spoke of a blackout that she saw a vision of based on her opening her third eye back in the 70s. Yes, this is the Princess of Japan talking like this. Based on her opening her third eye back in the 70s, she saw a vision of a blackout, which was presented to her by some extraterrestrials. This is what she's saying. See, I'm not making this stuff up. You can go Google this. This is the Princess Kaoru Nakamaru. You spelled that Kaoru, and her last name is Nakamaru. And she's the Princess of Japan, and this is from the Pagos conference, which was a think tank of a group of 50 people who were commissioned by these extraterrestrials to warn the planet of what will happen if they don't make certain changes. And this is what I've been saying, and I knew nothing of this until one of my fellow supporters brought this information to me. So I decided to do a video on it, because you see, what's going on is this, especially the Japanese elite. See, they know about the extraterrestrials. They know all about the extraterrestrials, and believe it or not, Japan would have been in a lot worse condition with the recent tsunami that they had, which was last year, if the alien crafts were not there. Because alien crafts, which were witnessed on the news on CNN, you saw a group of alien crafts that aided Japan. And aided Japan in holding down some of the waters and making some of the waters recede, and basically helping that natural disaster to not go out of whack and to get even worse than what it already was. So what's going on is this, is that they've been warned by these extraterrestrials that Mother Earth, because these extraterrestrials are in contact with Mother Earth, and Mother Earth is a living deity. It's a living deity. Some people call her Gaia. Some people call her Tiamat. See, that's what we call her in the ancient days. We called her Tiamat. And Tiamat is a living deity that you can contact and speak with. And the reptilians have spoke with Mother Earth and have been warned that if they don't make certain changes on this planet, that the worst is yet to come for their civilization. Because as I spoke before on other videos, the reptilians control this civilization. And they've been living on this planet long before humans. And they're responsible for giving humans a lot of this technology and things of that nature. So within this video, the princess talked about a media blackout. She talked about a media blackout, and she talked about electrical outages and things that may happen on December the 22nd if these elites and these imps that control the matrix don't get it correct and don't get it right. You see, so this is something that they have to do. And they set up a think tank of 50 people. Why the number 50? Because the number 50 is significant, because when the Anunnaki came down, they came down in groups of 50. They came down in groups of 50 as a council of groups of scientists. This is what the Anunnaki were. They were scientists and geneticists and astrologers and mineralogists and DNA experts. And they came down in groups of 50. All the time. They would always come in groups of 50. So you best believe that think tank, which is the Pagos think tank, which you can Google, is definitely has extraterrestrial influence backing them. Now in this, She spoke about the medical library, which is, I've already known about this, but there's a medical library, the largest medical library on this side of the universe. It's the largest medical library, and it's located within our center of the earth. And it was set up by many groups of extraterrestrials thousands and thousands upon thousands of years ago. And these extraterrestrials, a lot of these crafts that you see coming in and out of here are coming in and out of here to get medical information based and predicated upon this medical library that was set up in the center of our earth. And she spoke of this medical library, and she said that she saw a vision of this medical library through her third eye. She saw a vision of this because this was extraterrestrials that showed her this information. And the thing is that if humanity doesn't get it right, and this is just not for the elites, but this goes for you that's listening to this video. See, this is the year if you can't make the shift. Now, I don't believe it's going to be as much gloom and doom as what she's saying, because I don't believe that. I think the elites are going to do their part, and they're going to do their end of the bargain as far as making sure that they keep their little matrix going. So they're going to make the necessary changes that they have to make. But I'm saying, as far as the people, you see, this is a shift that's taking place, and I'm going to do a video on the shift. I'm still getting around to it. Have a lot of videos to do. But there's a shift that's going to be taking place. And in this shift, it's a shift of consciousness. It's a shift of consciousness. And the thing is that if you don't start to eat right, if you don't start to nurture your body and stop taking in all this genetically modified food that the people that control the matrix are feeding you, and start to really nurture your body, and if you don't stop driving around in these cars and burning all this fuel and this gas, which is destroying Mother Earth. See, if you don't stop doing this stuff and start either using a renewable fuel source, or either that, or you're just going to have to start catching a bus or walking. But if you keep feeding into this conspiracy that these elites that control the planet have set up, if you continue to feed into that as an individual, you're going to suffer karma. And you see, you're not going to make the shift. And Tiamat, or the Earth, is what you call it, or Tiamat is not going to allow you to make it into this new paradigm shift. Because what they're not telling you is that 2012 is not the end. It's not the end of the paradigm shift. The Mayans predicted that this shift was to start in 2007, and it would go all the way up to 2015, according to the Mayans. This was an 8-year shift that started in sometime in October of 2007, believe it or not. And it's going all the way up to 2015. You see, so this is an 8-year shift. And 8 is the number of infinity. So it's a reason behind this 8-year shift, but 2012 is just the period when they figured it would get hot, meaning that if you don't have it right by 2012 of December the 22nd, the worst is yet to come for you, because it's going to get worse and worse, and you're going to see many people die because Mother Earth, Tiamat, or Gaia, whatever you want to call her, is not having it. And I mean, if you see these elites coming on television and doing conferences and warning you and telling you about aluminum and about putting chemicals inside of your body and things of that nature, it's a reason for that. You have to open your third eye if you are to survive this shift. You have to do it. You have to open up your third eye so that you can live, and not only that, but to live in your heart chakra and begin to feel compassion and love again. Because the shift is not, see, it's not all about, it's not just some masculine type of thing. This is going back to the passive feminine principles. See, this is what we have to get back to, and to learn to care about people again, to care about your loved ones and your family, and to care about even just your own body, and to stop chasing this money and things of this nature and worrying about getting ahead in the matrix and being greedy and things of that nature. It's time to ascend past that, and that's what the shift is about. And you have to live inside of your heart chakra. You see, when you open your third eye, you have to learn how to shift the energy into your heart chakra and learn how to live from your heart chakra. Because the only way for you to survive, is if you are following your heart and living within your heart chakra. See, this is not a mental, you can't survive living off of a mental reality, because we're going into a new paradigm shift to where your thoughts will become things. Your thoughts will become things. I'm talking about rapidly, meaning that all of your greedy thoughts, and even if you're thinking so-called positive thoughts, it's going to create the opposite dual effect, because everything, we live in a realm of polarity. So everything that you think about on one end is going to manifest on another end. So if you're trying to manifest $1 million, yeah, you might get that $1 million, but then you might turn around and lose your whole family behind that $1 million. See, this is why you have to learn how to live from the heart and let the heart guide you. Because when you create from the heart, you don't have to worry about the dual effect of the matrix, because you're living from your heart. You don't have to worry about the negative side of creation coming back to haunt you. When you create from the heart, there is no duality. There is the middle. So you're creating from the middle. See, because there's really three sides to every story. The positive, the negative, and the middle, which is the experiencer. So you have to live from the experiencer of the observer, the observer. You have to create from that point of view, from the observer point of view, meaning that you have no emotional attachments to either this side or that side. You're the observer. And you have to learn how to live in love. And that love starts with, see, this is not some milquetoast love I'm talking about where you just call up your family and say, oh, I love you. No, I'm talking about you need to respect this planet. You know what I'm saying? Because the war that's going to be fought, that they may still fight or may not, is a lot of it has to do with oil, or so they say, but it has to do with oil. And this is because, especially in America and all over the world, people are driving these cars. They act like they can't get on the bus, they can't walk anywhere anymore. You need a car to do everything, and you're burning up the atmosphere when you do this. You're taking blood from Gaia or Tiamat or the earth. You see, oil is blood. That's the blood of the planet. And when we driving in these vehicles, you know what I'm saying, we're actually stealing the blood of Tiamat. It's almost like doing a blood sacrifice, but the thing is that the earth has a mechanism to where it'll shift, and it's going to shift. It's already shifting, and I'm going to go into that in the shift, and it'll eliminate you. If you don't respect Mother Earth and Mother Nature and honor your body and start to take in foods that are organic, stop eating genetically modified foods, and stop sacrificing animals or partaking in sacrificing animals by eating meat, the things that is nature. We have to learn how to let nature live, and we have to learn how to live within nature. Even in the Bible, it tells you that you should eat nothing that doesn't bear a seed. So if it doesn't have a seed in it, you shouldn't eat it. You shouldn't eat grapes that don't have seeds in it. This means that it's been genetically modified. This is man-made food. You want to eat food that is organic, clean. You want to learn how to cleanse the karma of your DNA. Your DNA is carrying karmic baggage from your ancestors and the things that they've done to this planet. And this is everybody, all of our ancestors. So we have to learn how to live within this shift. And many people of melanin think that they're the chosen people and think that they're just going to make it just because they got melanin. And that's not how it works, Jack. You have to honor this earth. If you live in a lifestyle that's organic, not organic, if you live in a lifestyle that's artificial, and you're addicted to these artificial fixes and these artificial foods, you're not going to make the shift. If you're contributing and destroying the planet, you're not going to make the shift. This is what the princess was speaking of, was the shift. That's what she saw. And the reptilians took her into the center of the earth, and she saw the beings, the interterrestrial beings. I'm going to do a video on interterrestrial beings, the ITs. See, there's not just ETs, there's ITs that you know nothing of, that have been on this planet millions of years before humans got here. And they exist in a certain realm within the center of the earth. And these beings are living here, and we're beginning to interfere with their existence because of what we're doing to the surface of the earth. So, the universe is not going to have it. The universe is not going to have it. The law, it has certain universal laws that are set up that will remove and delete those individuals that don't want to live in love and live from the heart and live from purity and rightness and learn how to meditate and stop going out looking for things and start to go in and look for things. Stop going out. See, we always want to go out, 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 out. Everything's about going out. Learn how to go in and get an inner standing. So that's what the princess was talking about. She's warning humanity in general. Are we going to make the shift? Or are we just going to perish and go to the fourth dimension and have to die and come back into a worse state? Because eventually, if you go to the fourth dimension and you die this time, you might not reincarnate back on the earth. You might reincarnate back on another planet. A more gross, violent, malefic planet. You see, and I'll go into that. The reincarnation cycles of Earth are coming to a close for those that cannot make the shift. So it's important that we learn how to live within unison with nature again, with love again, with harmony again, with truth again, with righteousness again, but not of self-righteousness, of saying that I'm better than the next person, but of righteousness of doing right by this planet. Peace and love.